So let's just quickly update you on Niger Republic and what is happening in that country. The president, Mohamed Bazoum, we know is under captivity by the army, his own military guard, the presidential guard, have held him hostage for over 24 hours now. And the new general has announced that he is going to be in charge of that country until they set up a transition government to take over the affairs of a badly battered Niger Republic. The economy is in turmoil, corruption is rife there, as well as insecurity. And those are the indicators that, or should I say the parameters, with which the new general there is predicating this coup d'etat that has happened in Niger Republic. But you can see those pictures are really terrible. Chaos just everywhere. It has continued into the third day ever since this has happened. So it's instructive to say that Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu called for an emergency ECOWAS meeting of heads of state. And they came from far and near to honor that invitation. Now, they've taken very quick, sweeping measures against the military junta that is in place in Niger Republic now, closing the borders, stopping financial transactions, closing all bank accounts, transaction accounts belonging to Niger Republic in all member states of ECOWAS. Now, ECOWAS is not the only one that is championing and kicking against this coup d'etat. The European Union, the African Union, they're also part of it, trying to see that order is restored again in Niger Republic, but we don't know how far that is going to get. But it's instructive to understand that the people of Niger are suffering now. The strife is increasing. Hunger is increasing, poverty levels will increase, and the list goes on and on. But it is important also to understand that the people have had it to their teats, and they cannot take it anymore. They say that they cannot continue to suffer. They cannot continue to suffer. Now, this is not new. It's not the first time that Niger Republic has undergone a coup. I think this should be the fourth time since the existence of that country. But very swiftly, it is very commendable to see that Nigeria's president is able to assemble the presidents of ECOWAS member states to take a what he says, a forceful measure to try to stop what is going on there. But the people of Niger Republic have backed the army. That's another big issue. That's a big issue, as a matter of fact. They have backed the army that have taken over the government, saying that, I mean, from the kind of comments that we hear them say, that enough is enough. They want their countries restored back to them. They want to be in charge of their country. Enough of the corruption. The government officials are making things worse, you know. So this is very reflective of other West African countries. In Mali, in 2020, they also went through that kind of similar situation. And other West African countries too have also seen that kind of coup. Nigeria also had its own fair share, but that was much in the distant past. But can it happen again? Yes, it can happen again, because the kinds of indices that we see happening in Niger Republic, and the reason why the army stepped in and why the citizens of Niger are backing up the army is because the government has failed. Are there lessons that we can learn from that as Nigerians? Yes, there are. We can learn to, better manage our institutions, make them stronger. Let the government work for the people. Let people not be hungry. Because when people are hungry, agitations rise, and then, despair sets in. And then the government is now seen as not being sensitive to the plight of the people. yeah, I hope that we're able to nip that and avoid that kind of situation for our country, Nigeria. In doing that, the president and his team, I don't know if the economic team are up and about to understand that a bag of rice is now selling for 54,000 naira. And everything is just skyrocketing. You know, transportation is just no place to go to. And then the palliatives are not coming in as quickly as people had expected. So it's bringing in a lot of side talks and agitations here and there. So if the government will be mindful of how these things are playing out, they will quickly and swiftly move in to see that some of these palliatives. Look at Fintiri now, the governor of Fintiri. He has had to set a dawn-to-dusk curfew in the state as a result of the citizens marching to palliative centers to break it. Something very similar to what we saw during the COVID-19. So it shows a sense of insincerity by the government, and that's what the people don't want. If the government must survive, then there must be a purpose, a sincerity of purpose to drive that and help the people to understand. In the absence of that, then I'm sorry that this may just be one shot too long. But I hope that our country will survive and, put in measures in place to prevent any chaos of any sorts and protect our people.